sometimes. I shed a lot of hair, okay? I have long hair. I'm actually thinking of getting a haircut. I'm always scared of getting anything shorter than my shoulders because I used to always have a bob as a kid, and I'm scared that I'll just look like I did as a kid again. Look at my avatar and say that again. Yeah, you can't see my hair? You can't see my long flowing hair? Welcome everyone. Hello, how are you? That Waylord is huge. That Waylord is bigger than usual, isn't it? I think they increased the size of the Waylord. But welcome! How's the volume of the music? We'll find out in a second once we start clicking on things and it goes boing, you know? Stuff like that. But yeah, welcome in. Thanks for being here today, guys. I had a little break. I'm still not, ready to schedule in streams, because life is just up in the air at the moment. You had a cut that had the back of your hair shaved with a longer top last time, and it was glorious for a few weeks, then it grew. Oh my gosh, that sounds really cool though. Whenever I get my hair cut, I hate it because it's too short. Yeah. Okay. So, welcome everyone. Hi, this is Professor Layton. I'm just noticing there's a tiny little and. Professor Layton and Pandora's Box. Trademark HD for mobile. So this game in America was called the Diabolical box. And there's Golf Layton. Thank you very much for patting him. Where's the and? Okay, you probably can't see it, but oh, I know what I can do. So, the way that cutscenes work in the mobile version is you can toggle between rotating your phone sideways, or just having it like really small in the middle, like a TikTok video. Of course I cannot rotate the stream sideways, but I made a second version of the game that I can just toggle. That should fit the, that should be the, in fact, I'll move it up just slightly. This should, you should be able to see the full cutscenes like this. I tried rotating it in BlueStacks, and it wasn't working properly, so as, oh, you can't see it, dang it! Okay, you still can't see that. I promise it says Professor Layton and Pandora's Box. Here, let me just ruin all of this setup oh gosh. Let me just ruin all of this setup I just did. Professor Layton and, do you see it? I swear there's a tiny little and there. Okay. Well, let's get started. I'm so excited. I'm really looking forward to this. Thank you for patting Golf Layton. Who designed that? I just want to talk. That's not the, they actually changed the logos for the HD mobile versions for some reason. Very strange. But if you go and type in the logos, you'll see that they had to make like 5 different logos just for this game because they needed, oh my gosh, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 6. Oh, but then every other language as well. Because they had to do the original Pandora's box, the original Diabolical box, the HD Pandora's box, the HD Diabolical box. The HD means the and can be that small, apparently, yes. Alright, let's get started. Ah! Thank you for patting golf, Layton. Okay, let's do it. Touch. Oh, train. Link device. No thanks. We're good. Please enter your name. That's me. I'm Folly. Bugloing. As you can see, I tested. Poor Flora. She's the tests file. We're gonna have to fight that timer for patting golf, Layton, aren't we? This is a work of fiction. The character...
There are tales of a box that brings death upon any who dare open it. Tell me, do you think those rumors could be true?
The default settings are for video playback in portrait orientation. Touch the screen during an animated scene to display playback option buttons. Touch the buttons to toggle between portrait and landscape mode or to skip a scene. It was your turn. My goodness. Nintendo, welcome in. Hey, how about I move him up just a smidge? Oh, I don't know if I can. No, that's okay. He can stay there in the corner. Alright, and now I'll show you how the cutscenes work. See? Like this. So beautiful and HD.
Hey, look, there it is.
Sun. Not suspicious. Fat lady joke straight up.
Now this is what I call deluxe. Just look at this room.
Yes, I can certainly see why some call the Molenteri Express a cruise ship on rails.
This sofa's great.
Now, don't forget, Luke. A gentleman pays attention to his manners. In every setting.
How's the volume, by the way? Is it all good? Toot. Fuck that shit, Professor. Volume good? Excellent. We're on our train arc. Spooky. There he is.
So what's the story behind this Elysian box anyway? All who open it die? Sounds awfully fishy to me.
Perhaps so, but we've seen it happen with our very own eyes. The answer is out there, Luke, but I just need to find it.
We will. I know it.
Luke has witnessed death. The Elysian box. By the way, it's not called the Diabolical box or the Pandora's box. It's called the Elysian box. So what's up with the title? He's just going to be blocking it the entire time. The MacGuffin box. Plot twist, there's 3 boxes and they're all matryoshka. Yeah, exactly. Loud car outside, that's fine. Elysian box. To my dear friend, Folly, that's me.
There was a box that was rumoured to kill anyone who opened it. At first, neither the Professor nor I believed it. But all that changed with the arrival of a single letter.
A few days earlier. Yeah, we're not even
Have a look here.
getting on the train just yet. The Pandora Diabolical Elysian box? Yes, indeed.
What's that, Professor?
Also, I need to point something out here. Anyone who was around for Curious Village, for some reason, every single character in Curious Village has a sprite that is looking like, you know, 3/4. But for some reason, Professor Layton was always looking straight at the screen. And it wasn't until this game that they changed it so he was also looking 3/4. I don't remember if that was in the HD version of Curious Village, but trust me that it's in the original versions.
It's a letter from my dear friend and mentor, Dr. Andrew Schrader.
Is everything all right?
Maybe he just wants to have tea, Luke. Jeez.
My dear Herschel, as an archaeologist, you are sure to have heard of the item known as the Elysian box.
I just noticed it's hard to see the captions with the little guys. I'll fix that by next stream.
Of course, it is more commonly known as Pandora's box, in reference to the famous myth.
Or the Diabolical box in America. The artist only knew how to draw his hat from One Direction when they made the sprite for that game. Everyone be Waylord so we can never see the captions? No!
This nickname would appear to be well deserved, since it is rumored to kill whoever opens it. I'm dubious of this reputation, of course, but when my interest is piqued, I simply must investigate. That's why I'm pleased as punch to tell you that the elusive item is finally in my possession.
No, it's called the Elysian box, not the elusive box.
What's more, I believe I'm on the cusp of unraveling a great mystery tied to this box. For the moment, let's just say I have a theory, though I haven't been able to prove it yet. Initially, it was my intention to finish my research before daring to open its lid. But I must confess that my curiosity is simply overpowering. In the unlikely event that anything should happen to me, please finish the work I've started here.
Bro, open the box. It would be so funny.
Your friend, Andrew Schrader.
According to the postmark, this letter was sent 2 days ago. We should go pay the doctor a visit.
Before, like, as we go on, I'd like to know, how many people in chat, either have played Curious Village, the first game, or caught my streams of it, and know, like, the plot and stuff. There's little bits of that game that you kind of need to know about to understand bits about this game, but it's really not that crazy. Ray, hello! How have I been? I'm good now that I'm playing my favorite game series. Oh my goodness, Reploid Raid! Wait for it. There it is. Hello! 5 Kinds of Magic, welcome in! Hi! Open the box and end Earthly Paradise. Hell yeah, let's do it. Art Man, hello. Shout out Art Man. You were playing La Mulana, weren't you? Was that today? Art. La Mulana 2. I've heard that's a toughie of a game. Or it's complex or something like that. Let me catch up. You played The Last Spectre, but not Curious Village. Okay, that's fun. You're Gloom. Lame. You can. Hey, I like Gloom. Underneath the stream, there should be an extension where you can choose your Pokemon, so please feel free. We can't be closer to the end. Next week is when we put the game to rest. Oh, awesome! And was it enjoyable then? Thank you very much for the raid. I appreciate it. Well, welcome in, everyone. We just started the second Professor Layton game. All you need to know is in the future, we're going to jump on a train. And currently, in the past, the professor has received a letter from his mentor, Dr. Andrew Schrader. And he says he has in his possession an Elysian box that is said to kill any who open it. So we're gonna go and give him a visit. It was enjoyable, yes. And I was super excited to see you play this. I'm gonna put you on mobile so I can listen when I make myself a fish taco. Heck yes! Awesome! I love to hear that. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Go and enjoy your fish taco. I've never had fish tacos, but I've heard they're good. Anyway, let's go pay the doctor a visit.
I just can't shake the feeling that something awful has happened.
Well, your intuition's usually spot on. I say we head out right away.
Yay! Mystery. The Elysian Box. The Elysian Box is an antique said to bring death upon anyone who dares open its lid. According to rumors, the box has already claimed many lives and is known as Pandora's Box in many parts of the world. Could such dark rumors be true? Let's find out. More of a fish wrap. You put some mayo and cheese on a tortilla, then wrap a lightly seasoned tilapia fillet inside. Awesome. Luke, before we go, would you be so kind as to fetch my car keys? They're in one of the drawers in that desk. Will do, Professor. If there's something you wish to interact with, Luke, you need only reach out and touch it. Hell yeah. Luke must find the keys to the Professor's car. Search by touching the drawers of the desk. Okay. Well, let me look around first. That pile is going to collapse if we don't tidy up soon. These are all sorts of documents on the shelves as well. There is. I wonder what all these weird and wonderful things are. Every gentleman needs some greenery in his study. Okay. Apparently, uncomfortable chairs make you cleverer. Very cool. Oh, here they are, Professor. You got Layton's keys. Items you pick up are shown at the bottom right of the map. Many thanks, Luke. Now let's get moving. Moving. Yeah, we know how to move. You touch the shoe, and then you touch the arrow. That's exactly right. Anytime you wish to move, start by touching the shoe icon. Go on, try it out. Okay, let's move. That's the way, my boy. One can't investigate properly without first doing a little legwork, as they say. I couldn't agree more, Professor. Now, shall we head off? Yay. There seems to be a lot going on in the area. Is that an office or a cafe? I want to know more about this person. Tell me who lives here. A plant or some other decoration would add some cheer here. There's no doubt which office is the professor's. Give me a game about the puzzle-solving coffee person. Luke, before we set out, it would be wise of us to confirm the location of the doctor's flat. During one of his visits some time ago, he was kind enough to leave me a map to his home. Okay. The map itself, however, is a rather unusual piece of cartography. Look here, Luke. It's a puzzle. Oh, how clever! The map itself is a little puzzle. Professor, do you mind if I take a crack at it? I just know I can solve this one. Hooray! 10 picker-rats. Several pieces have been cut out of the middle of the map to Dr. Schrader's home. Complete the map by sliding the pieces and inserting them in the right places. It may sound simple, but don't forget that you can move or remove pieces, including the one already in the middle of the map. Okay, awesome. So that means that needs to be moved. Oh god. Oh no. I have caused a ruckus. So not the corner bits though. So it must go here then. I think I accidentally stuffed that one. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. 10 picker-rats. Oh, did they say rotate? No, hold on. You can move or remove. No. I can't take those corners, so it's gotta be... Unless? No. Okay. Okay, we know there's a chunk of green here. Done. Oh, there's probably a silly piece that doesn't actually... A trickster piece. Did we do a heckin' oopsie? No, we fixed it. It's all good. So one of these is a tricky piece. Okay, got it.
Let's see if this works. Layton's apprentice strikes again!
Strikes again! Excellent work! Now let's hurry to the doctor's flat. Okay. Picker-rats are points that indicate a puzzle's difficulty. The more picker-rats a puzzle is worth... Thank you for patting golf, Layton. Welcome in, Nello. The more picker-rats a puzzle is worth, the tougher it is. When you submit an incorrect answer for a puzzle, the number of picker-rats you can earn from that puzzle decreases, so think carefully before answering. So you can fail your way out of 100%ing this game, which is so scary to me. Is there a cherry trout in the mix? Cherry trout. Once you've completed the game and saved, go to the bonuses section and load your game file. From there, you can enter the top secret area, where a number of fun extras are waiting for you. The more picker-rats you earn, the more content you unlock. So you can... yeah, so you can accidentally fail so much that you miss out on some sick bonus stuff. Imagine if the DVD bonus section locked you out if you fell asleep during the movie. That's the only complaint you have with the game, that you can lose out with wrong answers, yeah. Excellent. With our destination confirmed, we are ready to pay the doctor a visit. Come now. Hooray. Oh, bink. There we go. I do believe we've found the doctor's building. But which flat is his? That, I'm afraid, I don't know. But come to think of it, the letter I received did mention something about this place. The doctor's home. Find Dr. Schrader's window from the details in his letter. Use your finger to circle. Cool, awesome. In the morning, I often wake up to the sound of music drifting in from a nearby flat. So he's got to be near this guy. Looking out, I spy a flag fluttering gently outside my window. Okay, he's one of these, I guess. Take a single sip of my tea and turn my attention to the morning sun. Not many flats in London have a view of the sunrise anymore, you know. Circle the window from which the doctor views the sunrise. So, I'm already overthinking it. So he's definitely not in one of these because they're not facing the sun. He loves to hear music from this guy. From a nearby flat. So he needs to at least be like... He needs to be near to this guy. Does that mean like one space away? Or does that mean it could be this one? Because... assuming these two don't get the sunrise because they're lower down, if that's what this is trying to tell me. Am I gonna fail the second puzzle? Time to employ calculatus eliminatus. I mean, I could say that it looks like the breeze is blowing this way, so the sound of the music would be cast this way. Professor Layton Nuzlocke, you lose a puzzle, the game ends. Oh my gosh, we're about to fail our first Nuzlocke. If we determine the size of the sun... Okay. Sound of music drifting in from a nearby flat. You know what? Let's do it, this one. The only issue would be it's too far away from that guy. These two might be too low down to see the sun. This one might be blocked up by the shadow of... Let's just do it. Let's go, baby! Yes!
A true gentleman leaves no puzzle unsolved.
I was so stressed that I would actually get that wrong. That's right! Now that you know where it is, head for the doctor's home. Can you at least explain why I got it right? Because I need to know that I got it right for the reasons that that I did. Oh gosh. Unless I'm mistaken, I think we've found his flat. Now follow me, Luke. We're going up. The trunk. The reasons are in the letter, I guess. We use the trunk. Yes. Awesome. 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 Yes, we know how this all works, thank you. Also, I do want to point out that there's this beautiful little journal that's all written from Professor Layton's perspective. And, like, the game doesn't really kind of tell you to look through it. But, you know, it's just really sweet. He kind of just goes over what happens, but, like, he says, you know, Something about the way the letter was worded gnaws at me, however. I've decided to check in on him just to make sure that everything is all right. I just think it's really sweet. Okay. Hello. We're gonna do a puzzle? Oh no. Hello there, mister. Never seen you here around here before. Wanna hear something useful? Alright, see that post box over there? Try touching it with your finger for me, will you? A hint coin. Brilliant! That's a hint coin you found there. Ever been stuck trying to solve a puzzle? It's times like those when I bet you'd fancy a hint, yeah? Well, when that happens, you can trade in those shiny hint coins for hints. They're scattered all over the place, which means you should always be on the lookout for them. Use your finger to touch anything that looks suspicious, okay? Good. Well, that's all I had to say. You take it easy, mister. The flowers are in full bloom. Someone looks after them well. It's a pretty old building, but it looks sturdy enough. Bro, where's the hint coins? Yay! Also, like, I bet you never come back to this location. Which means you can permanently miss out on hint coins. This game is brutal in that way. We ran up the stairs. Funny, Llama Lana's 2 has something similar where you're reading your father's scattered journal entries. I just think it's neat. Fuck it. There's no time right now to be examine cleaning supplies. But I want hint coins. We could look at the view after we make sure the doctor's okay. Umbrella. Alright, fine. This is Dr. Schrader's flat, I'm sure of it. Dr. Schrader, are you home? It's Herschel Layton. I came as soon as I read your letter. Hello, are you there? Doctor? I don't hear anyone in there, Professor. What if he's... This is no time for idle speculation, Luke. We must get this door open first. It seems to be locked. So without a key, there's no way to get in. Oh, of course! How could I have forgotten? These keys were enclosed in the envelope, along with the doctor's letter to me. Quick, Professor, let me try them on the door. Huh? That's strange. Doesn't seem like any of these keys work on the lock. Luke, don't you see? The doctor has set us yet another puzzle to solve. Hooray! Yay! Which of these keys opens the door? Use your finger to move the keys and find the one that fits the lock. Careful observation of the shapes of the keys is required to find the right one. Hooray! I think I remember the answer to this one. Random bloke. Be sure to search all over for hint coins. Folly and me furiously tapping everywhere. Exactly. Look at these little illustrations. I freaking love illustrations. This is a funny one because you can't actually like fail. Anyway, the answer is the key was backwards the whole time.
That was almost too easy.
It was almost too easy. That's right. How long did it take you to realize that the grips of the keys could also be inserted into the lock? This little lesson about the danger of making assumptions should serve you well in your puzzle-solving adventures. Thank you.
Professor!
Yeah. No, untrue.
He's
How could
dead.
this have happened?
Family Guy death pose? No.
This is terrible, Professor. Do you suppose the Elysian box did this to Dr. Schrader when he opened it?
I honestly don't know, Luke. But that can wait. Right now, we need to notify the police.
Of course, Professor.
Hmm? What do we have here? A
Ticket.
train ticket
For the
for the
Voluntary
Voluntary
Express.
Look at this, Professor. There's no destination written on the ticket.
I can't wait until we get to the puzzle with this ticket, because I can't wait to show you guys something.
I've never seen a ticket that didn't say where it was taking you. How strange.
Yes, very strange indeed.
Hooray! A single ticket with no visible destination was discovered in Dr. Schrader's home. It appears to be for the Voluntary Express, but where exactly is it supposed to take its bearer? Is this a cutscene? Yeah. Remember this bitch?
Excuse me.
What? Huh? Hey, it's you!
Well, Inspector Chelmey's the name. You two found the body, did you?
Oh,
What in the blazes? No, Luke. Let him go.
with the loss!
Luke, stop that. That's his face. Listen here, Luke.
Show yourself, imposter! Oh my gosh, his face doesn't come off. He's the real thing.
Luke is like a feral jog. I love him. Excited Folly is precious. Oh, thank you. I've been really looking forward to playing this game. Hydration. Now this won't make much sense to people who don't know Curious Village.
What in the blazes? That's my face, not some piece of taffy.
I'm so sorry, sir. I didn't mean it. I was sure we had another imposter on our hands.
What in the world is this child talking about? I swear, young ones these days have no manners.
Young ones these days with their Among Us and imposter sus.
My apologies for the confusion. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Herschel Layton.
If you pulled harder, I bet his face would come off. Yeah, but then we'd have a very different game genre. Hello? To recap, without spoilers for people who haven't played Curious Village, we first met Inspector Chelmey in Curious Village, but it actually turned out he was an imposter. That's all. That's all. But that also means I have to do the Inspector Chelmey voice again.
I'm a professor of archaeology at Gressenheller University.
And I'm his apprentice, Luke.
Interesting. So if I understand correctly, you keep a child around as an apprentice, do you?
Why does he say this? What's your fucking deal, Chelmey? I hate this guy.
Not at all, sir. In truth,
He's what? Wow!
Professor Layton's apprentice, like I said.
Interesting. Thank you for the Artemis and the wow.
Well, it's really none of my concern. I have a crime scene that needs my attention. Clear a path, will you? But of course. Luke, not a word about that ticket to the authorities, all right?
You got it, Professor.
Don't tell the coppers anything they don't need to know. Thanks, Professor.
Yes. Let's see. What do we have here? A murder? Or was the crime self-inflicted? Inspector, I should tell you that the door was locked before Luke and I came in.
I see. So this door, the sole entry point in and out of this 8th floor flat, was shut tight.
They're irresponsible.
Then the doctor was holed up in here, completely apart from the outside world, yes? That being the case, yes, I'm sure of it. The old gent must have suffered a heart attack.
What? How did you come to that conclusion, sir?
Use your noodle, laddie. What other explanation could there be?
It's true that the flat is on the 8th floor and that the door was locked, Inspector. Still, I'd hesitate to say that this room was completely closed off from the outside.
Is that so? Please elaborate.
Excuse me, just sneezing all over the crime scene. Hetta Kata, welcome in. What if I came into the crime scene and sneezed all over the place?
Isn't it obvious? There's something quite unusual about our crime scene that's been overlooked.
There's a giant T-Rex in it?
It's as plain as the nose on your face, Inspector.
I suppose you academics think your fancy degrees prepare you to play detective, eh?
He does speak the truth sometimes. Like, why are we here? This is a crime scene.
I tell you, nowadays, it seems like everybody and their mum thinks they can do my job. Now, as I was saying, the cause of death was heart failure, plain and simple. And there's what caused it.
T-Rex!
This? It's a scaled-down model of a Kronosaurus, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm so sorry, it's actually a Kronosaurus. What's a Kronosaurus? Kronosaurus. Yo! Oh, that's not what I expected it to be at all. It's like a, there we go, here he is. Oh, there he is. Wow. He gets to sit in this big blank spot on the overlay. There we go. How about there? That's him! That's him! That's the PogChamp! That's the PogChamp. So that's a Kronosaurus. Okay, well... The artist didn't do an exceptional job recreating that. I think the paleo fans would be disappointed, but that's okay.
I reckon that ugly mug will give anyone nightmares. Here's what probably happened. The old fellow turned on a light, took one look at the beast, and then keeled right over.
But this is the doctor's own home. Why would the bones he put up himself scare him?
People have a way of becoming forgetful with age. Not that you'd understand, boy.
Well, you're right about that. I don't understand it at all.
Mr. Layton, was it? No? Ah, yes, Layton. Mr. Layton, what do you think?
The scenario you paint certainly isn't out of the realm of possibility. But, considering the lights were off when we entered the room, I don't think we've found our answer yet.
Yeah, so the lights were off, he saw a big scary face coming at him, and he had a heart attack. It's as easy as that.
Oh, really?
Furthermore, look around you, Inspector. Doesn't anything strike you as odd?
What do you mean, Professor?
Study your surroundings, Luke. I'm sure you can see it too.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's so small. Why is it so small? Given that the doctor's flat is on the 8th floor and that the door was securely locked, you might think that there was no way in or out of this room. However, a single suspicious detail provides a clue as to what went on here. Look in all 4 directions and examine the room carefully. When you think you've found the telltale detail, circle it with your finger and touch submit. Be sure to circle only one object or else your answer won't count. Okay, why is it so small though? He forgot to plug in his PC. It'd work on me, heck yeah. His window is open. He has a sarcophagus. That's Professor Layton. That's him. That's him. That's the suspicious object. I think his name is Barton? Inspector Barton? We'll find out, I'm sure. Aha, do you see it? Do you see it? Okay, the Chronosaurus looks a little bit better from this angle. The answer is right here.
Just leave it to me.
Hooray!
Piece of cake.
Well spotted. For some reason, part of the curtain has been ripped clean off. What could have happened here?
Of course. This window is missing a curtain.
So it is. But what exactly does this have to do with my crime scene?
It means someone exited the building through this window, and I'll bet they're our culprit.
It's a moira. Your old eyes couldn't see it until you pointed it out. It was like, what do they call it? When it has black lines like this. They did that inside the bottom screen. So they made it smaller than it even had to be.
That's a sound theory. Well done, my boy.
Hooray!
Oh, yes. Sound as a pound. I was just about to propose the same idea myself.
Ah, I tapped out.
Liar!
Liar! To be fair, it was a 16th of the screen, exactly.
Shh, Luke, listen. I don't believe our friend the Inspector will be of much help to us.
Shh, Luke, listen. This guy frickin' sucks.
What say you and I conduct a little investigation of our own?
Professor, look! There's something in Dr. Schrader's hand.
Professor! A puzzle.
It's an old photograph, but it's been torn into so many pieces, I can't make out the original image.
Another oh, okay. The torn photograph. Torn fragments of a photograph were found in the late doctor's hand. In its current state, it's impossible to make out the contents of the photo. What could it be depicting?
Hey, what's the big idea? You can't just point evidence in a crime scene. Get your hands off that... What is this anyway? Not that it matters. I'll be holding on to that.
Dang coppers,
Now, out with the
bobbies. You'd found a torn photo, but Inspector Chelmy confiscated it.
Oh, but we haven't finished.
Dr. Schrader indicated that he was in possession of the Elysium box. Yet there was nothing resembling such an artifact in his home. Maybe the person who did this to him was after the box? An interesting theory, Luke, but for the moment, that's all it is. However, we do have one clue to understanding today's events, namely that ticket. Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Professor? Train trip. Indeed I am, Luke. Train trip. I believe that a trip aboard the Momentary Express is in order. Yay! Vacation! The box's whereabouts. Somebody managed to steal the Elysium box from Dr. Schrader's home without leaving behind a single implicating clue. Who could have made off with the box? We're on the train. Mystery location vacation. You suspect we'll find the key to unlocking the mystery on this train? Dr. Schrader did his best to point us towards the Momentary Express, should something happen to him. Sure as fog on a London morning, I know that this train will lead us to the answers we seek.
Professor Layton and Luke sped away from the city, unaware of the secrets that awaited them down those iron tracks.
Save your progress? Yes, please. Wow. I need to move our little friend here because he's getting in the way during the cutscenes. There we go. The legendary Momentary Express. Gosh, just look at this place, Professor. It's so posh I feel like I should be wearing a monocle. Haha. Quite so, Luke. Every fixture and fitting is the very height of decadence. I'd wager the rest of the train is just as grand. How about a little exploration? Train, 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 train. Scenery outside is a blur. We must be going really fast. Oh no! Look at that, Luke. Your bag is wide open and your belongings are all scattered about. Oops, so they are. You should put your things away before we start exploring the train. Damn frickin'... Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Always reminds me of the bananas in pajamas! Hell yeah. Are you thinking what I'm thinking, B1? I think I am, B2. Train adventure! Luke's belongings are all over the place and need to be packed away in his trunk. Use your finger to drag objects. Got it. Awesome. Okay. Okay, we can move these. Very important. Okay. Shirt. Frying pan. Harmonica. Binocular. Binocle. Binacle. Hold on. Put that there. Let's see if we can put that there. Boomerang. Very important for a trip. Okay. No boomerang. Nah, that's not gonna work. Okay, hold on. Alright. Harmonica, this thing. Let's start with the biggest things. These guys. You know what? Hold on. Ooh, hold on. Okay, if we go... No, that can't fit in there. At all. And that's too short. So what we need... Unless... Hold on. That's gonna take up so much room, though. No. Okay. Get the wonky ones out of the way. Why would you pack A frying pan! My lad. Jeez Louise. That looks good. Okay. Nope. No. We need to know what can go with that. That works. There's a boomerang and you're questioning the frying pan. Okay, whatever. Never know when you want a quick chippy. The boomerang is essential. And the harmonica. Exactly. Okay. Let's start like this, shall we? This sucks. The only thing that can really fit in there is... yeah, something like that. Oh, okay, hold on. No, so that could go anywhere now. That doesn't fit in. Oh, okay. Rotate. No, I don't think there's rotation in this one. No, it's just moving. So sometimes there's puzzles where you can rotate and sometimes there isn't. Do you want me to shut your window? Can you guys hear the sudden housework that just appeared? Like, can you hear it? So how far does that go? That's pretty crap. So let's say this needs to go here, since it takes up so much space. Which means what would fit underneath it? This would. Ooh, okay, that looks good. But now that doesn't fit in. How'd this dude get all of this into the friggin' thing to begin with? My goodness. Crap. Okay. You only hear Folly and Layton. Thank you. I can guess what the puzzle's what the hints are gonna tell me. It's going to be, put the most awkward and... So how big is that? So that's 1 square. That would fit in there. It's going to say, put the most awkward pieces in first so you can work around them. So that's all flat. It's kind of hard to tell where the borders are. I kind of wish they had the little borders on them constantly. Ooh. Well, that works there. Book. Like, book fits with boomerang. Also, this is a not even mandatory puzzle yet, so hell yeah. We're just doing this for the fun of it. If you think it's fun. Okay. I like that there. Is there anything that could fit? It's gotta be the book, right? Book is really the only thing that fits. These two things go together, so does that. But no, actually, because it has to be something that comes down. What, the boomerang? No. So in that case, maybe it has to go up here. Something like that there. That can go like that. Like that. Ooh, okay, hold on. Hold up. Dang it! Why did you bring the frickin'... Why did you bring, How did I do it last time? That kind of works. Not the way I want it to. Shirt. This thing. Something that goes up. Okay, hold on. Something that goes up. Like that. Bear. No, this is too much wasted space. Bruh. Okay. These things fit together really nicely. So they could also go down here. which gives that space there. That's wasted space again. Why didn't you just pack less stuff, dude? Let's do. Your brain lives for puzzles like this? You love packing things together? Tetris brain, yeah. The clothes and the pan could also fit in the boomerang. So, yeah, so, like, clothes. So, both the clothes or the pan could fit in there. Ooh, that works. Then we're really out of luck with this. Could put it hideously in the middle like this. Nah, there's just no space. Shall we do our first hint of the game? Yeah, we are getting closer. What? I bet you the hint won't help at all. You want to try it? Let's do it. You can use little items like the telescope or harmonica to fit in small gaps later, so place the larger items in the trunk first. I will kill you. A weird spot. I'm gonna kill you. Asylum. Come on, man. Hold on. That there. Let's see. Can't do anything there. Oh, okay. Ooh, hold on. Stupid thing. This stupid bag of treats and sweets. Frick. Okay, let's shift everything over a little, see if it works. Like this. Oh, hold on. The bag of treats and sweets. Just tuck it under or something. Okay, strange. Hold on. Frickin' bear. Frickin' bear. It's a flat boomerang. It should be able to sit on top. Are you kidding? Thanks. Straightening out the teddy bear? Yeah, just eat, you know? Don't even need half this stuff. Yeah, there better be a cooking minigame. No, that wouldn't work. No, okay, so that wouldn't work. Unless we... So does this work if it's down here? It doesn't. Wait, how did... Oh, God. Oh, I lost it. Hold on. It was like this. Like that. This is so silly. Dang it. How does that work with there? That kind of works. Shall we restart? Let's try it. Putting the hands, putting the pans handle on the compass like that. Yeah, okay, cool. What was I just thinking? Shoot, I was thinking this could work like this. Compass. Wait, hold on. Like that. Yeah, but that's such a waste of space. But could go up there. Huh? Could be good. Could be good. Bear. Shirt. Nah. We are flummoxed. Okay. What if it's trying to trick me into thinking that the pan should be to this corner because of the sticky outy bit, when in actuality, it would be better there. Where do you reckon the sweets and treats would go? That could go there then, if that was the case. I don't suppose that will work like this. Isn't this where we just were? I think this is where we just were. Hold on, hold on. One square over. Try this. No, I need... There's not enough verticality. It's not enough verticality. No. There's like nothing that the boomerang will fit on perfectly, which is so annoying. Okay. What we know is we need the little... Everything's facing this way, which is so annoying. You know, all of the little sticky outy bits, they all face that way. Now that's just a square. Hold up. Hold up. Please, don't do this to me. Please. Hold on. Hold on. Bro. Hold on. Just rotate the books. Wait.
almost too easy.
That was almost too easy. Bro, learn to pack your bags, please. I'm begging you. Never do that again. Phew, it was a tight squeeze, but everything's finally packed away. We were in rather a hurry, so I suppose you didn't really have time to pack properly. I do feel better with everything put away. I feel better too. Come on, Professor, let's do some exploring. Hooray. Actually, let's take a break. 'Cause I'd like a fresh drink. Lost the game at packing out bags, exactly. Pan in the lower left. Tip of the handle touching the do you think that's actually how I solved it? I didn't check. Have you seen the image of how to fit 11 boxes in the smallest space? I did see that. If you can find it, if you can find that image, please, please feel free to post it in the chat, because what a nightmare. That was how you solved it? Yeah! Okay. You guys ready for a quick break? I would like to get a new beverage. And then we'll explore the train. The train. Alright, the kettle is on. I wonder if I could find a... No, I'm just finding all the hint coins. Oh, I found a secret puzzle. Okay, let's work on this puzzle while the kettle boils, okay? While the kettle boils, let's do a puzzle, and then we'll explore, okay? Ugh, Professor, the sugar is covered with ants. Oh dear, I'll have to remember to get sugar for my tea elsewhere. He's a tea with sugar drinker? I've lost all respect for him. Curious though, isn't it? How did they get there? Speaking of ants, try this one on for size, Luke. The Ant's Journey. Oh no, I hate these ones! Busy ants work tirelessly carrying food back to their nest. One such ant was returning with food when she bumped into an acquaintance in front of the nest. What are you playing at? Didn't you notice that you took the longest path possible back to the nest? Think about where you're going next time. Knowing that the ant never traveled on the same path twice, can you trace the route the returning ant walked to get to her nest? I swear this exact... Look, try on this ant. I swear this exact same layout of this exact same puzzle was in Curious Village. And I'm so sure that I'm going to look it up right now. List of puzzles. I mean, I'll look at Diabolical box as well. This is ants, ants, ants. Number 17, ants, ants. Ants, ants. This is Pandora's box, so it's called The Ant's Journey. And in Curious Village, it's a draw line. Draw line. The longest path. Okay, it's slightly different. It's very slightly different. Okay. Can I window capture? Yeah, I can. Window capture. Okay. This is this puzzle. Okay. This is the one from Curious Village. They are the same. Almost. Just about. Disgusting. It's the same puzzle. Freaking hell. And I always hated this one so much. But let's give it a quick go. I'm gonna go pour my tea. I'm walking away from the computer. Let's see if I got it right. I'm gone.
Let's see if this works. Piece of cake!
Let's see. And you know why I knew that? Because it's the same damn puzzle. And I know that one of the hints says, you gotta go, you know, it's a rectangle, so you gotta go up the most amount of long paths you can, which means nothing to me. But I'm just glad I got it. Alright, delete. Oh, thank God. My goodness. That's right. Perhaps all the heavy lifting kept this little ant from thinking about her path home. If only she'd thought about where she was going, she could have saved herself a lot of walking. Oh, poor ant. You've got it, my boy. While I'm no fan of ants in my sugar, you have to admire their craftiness and work ethic. Maybe it's because even the sugar on the Voluntary Express is extra fancy? Haha, I'm sure those ants are genuine sugar connoisseurs. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that worked. Well, does that count as a good enough break? The kettle is, my tea is brewing, so let's explore a little. The professor's trunk is so heavy. I wonder what's in there. It's Dr. Andrew Schrader. He's in there. Oh, I tapped out. Pink coin. Let's go! Explore the train. Explore the train. Remember, Luke, we're here to find the Elysian box, so don't get too sidetracked. You don't have to tell me twice, Professor. Now, why don't we start by investigating the train? The Professor and Luke decide to explore the Voluntary Express. The fourth box, the Schrodinger's box. Is the guy alive in there or not? We'll never know. A child. I hear the rooms at the front of the train are super duper fancy. The doorknobs are made of gold. But no one's allowed in except for really rich people. So, misters, are you really rich? 'Cause if you are, you can go see the super duper fancy rooms. Super duper fancy rooms that none but the extremely wealthy can enter. If our young friend is correctly informed, there must be a set of deluxe rooms in the next carriage. Wow, I'd love to see what those look like. I bet they're simply smashing. Hell yeah, dude. Oops, we're going in everyone's room. I wonder what kind of luxuries there are in that carriage. Hold it right there, man. I love this guy. The mesh crop top, the detached collar, The padlock belt buckle. Are you kidding me? This is amazing. Sammy Thunder says entrance to this carriage is VIPs only, capiche? Now, I know you'd like to sneak a peek, but the whole carriage's been booked, so it's a no-go. The people who reserve rooms in this carriage must be super rich mega tycoons. Oof. Indeed. I wonder what it must be like to have that much space to yourself on a train of this caliber. Well, for now, I suppose you'll just have to keep wondering, eh, Professor? Ha 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 ha, you're broke. Yes, quite. Why did he laugh so much like that? Okay, let me get my tea real quick. I'll be 1 sec. Okay, back. So that begs the question, how much do you reckon a professor at one of London's leading universities gets paid? He wouldn't be flat broke. But I reckon he'd be upper middle class, right? I mean, he doesn't have any... Well, he spends all his money going on adventures. He only has the Layton mobile, but that's a choice. He keeps adopting children whose mouths he needs to feed. Alright, let's explore.
Yes, I suppose his accommodations will do. I do hope my darling boy will be pleased.
Voice acting jump scare.
That reminds me, I believe it's dinner time for my sweet baby. I'm off to visit the dining car.
I love her. Gosh, that woman was just the type I'd expect to see on the Voluntary Express. I get scared when people talk to me too, yeah. Talk about rich and flashy. Quite. This train is full of many well-heeled patrons like the woman we just met. We must watch our deeds and words here. A formal setting demands formal manners, don't you think? Absolutely, Professor. Water. Oh, is this a jugs water? This is a water jugs puzzle, I know for a fact. Just look at the craftsmanship on this picture, Luke. I'm almost certain it was handmade. Who knew that something as ordinary as a picture could be so fancy? What could be more relaxing than sitting in your suite with a cold beverage and watching the sunset? Not everything that's served in pictures is good to drink, however. Look at this puzzle, for example. I'm ready for it, Professor. A sour defeat. Oh, it's not a pictures of water puzzle. Two men, known here as 1 and 2, are playing a strange game. First, both men put their empty pitchers on the table. Next, a judge brings a pitcher filled with vinegar and places it in either spot A or spot B. The judge then starts shifting all the vinegar from one pitcher to any adjacent pitcher over and over. Oh god, after moving the liquid 55 times, the owner of the vinegar-filled pitcher must down it in one. Ugh! If you were the judge and secretly wanted 2 to drink the vinegar, would you place the pitcher down in spot A or spot B? It's paint. It's paint, asshole. Okay. 55 times, shifting the vinegar from one pitcher to any adjacent pitcher. So it will go, if it's here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can already see it, okay? The one in the middle is always an odd number. Hold on. I got confused. So it starts here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. See the one next to the placed picture is always an odd number. Right? So, if you were the judge and secretly wanted 2 to drink the vinegar, 1, 2, so here, B. If unless I'm getting my numbers mixed up. Let's just do it. It's 50-50.
Just leave it to me.
Yay!
That was almost too easy.
I think I still got that pic of our Draenei with that meme, the paint. I miss Smashdilon. I miss Smashdilon too. I've always thought about maybe, like, making him into, a general fantasy character by making him a, what are they called? Tiefling? Like a big buff tiefling. You know, I could give him hooves and a tail. I know it's not necessarily tiefling, but I'd do it. OC time, heck yeah. If tieflings can be purple, then I'll do it. I love Smashdilon. Smashdilon was my Draenei in World of Warcraft, by the way. The full-time annual salary for a professor at the Imperial College London gets an annual salary of 155,000 a year? That's not bad at all. Okay, I'd say that, well... What comes above upper middle class? Upper class. Between that and millionaire. He makes a good chunk of money, that's for sure. Tiefling have hooves and tails sometimes? Okay. I mean, I don't usually have OCs. Hell yeah. Okay, nicely done. The vinegar changes pictures 55 times, which is an odd number of pours. I knew, I was getting a very Layton feeling, a very Layton puzzle feeling from calculating which ones were odd numbers. I sensed it. Regardless of where you place your pitcher, whichever pitcher sits in the middle of the 3 will always contain the vinegar after an odd number of pours. Therefore, in order for man 2 to drink, the vinegar-filled pitcher must go in spot B, because doing so will put man 2's pitcher in the middle, thus guaranteeing the vinegar ends up in his pitcher. Very cool. Excellent work. Now let's press on, shall we? We mustn't stand around all day. Hell yeah, bro. These lamps would put me at ease in the evening. This relaxing picture really suits this room's ambiance. Hell yeah, dude. That was where we just were? My, the lights in the corridors are high quality too. Oops. From top to bottom, no expense has been spared. Look at this guy! Look at this intense woman. Oh, I didn't mean to go. No, I went on too fast. Half a millionaire, heck yeah. Wow, just look at all the stuff there is to eat. Yes, it seems that the Momentary Express is a first-class operation, right down to the kitchen. Oh my, passengers in the kitchen. I'm sorry, but we just can't have that. Those dirty clothes of yours probably violate all sorts of health regulations, you know. Why, I'll have you know that there's nothing at all dirty about our clothes. Say what you like, short stuff, but that doesn't change the fact that I'm running a kitchen here. Did you stop to think about what could happen if yucky outside germs made it in here because of you? I see your point. Terribly sorry for the intrusion and any worry we may have caused you, good sir. Oh, alright. I'm sorry too, sir. Wait, what's that? A rat! Professor, look here! It seems our friend the cook has been keeping a pet in the kitchen. A rat. How arrogant of him to lecture other people about germs. Oh boy, I guess the cat's out of the bag now. Listen, I know it's against the rules to keep a pet in the kitchen, but he's my only friend, see? Furry or not, Furry or not, he's the only creature I've got to talk to in here. My, he certainly is generously proportioned, isn't he? He's a hamster, I presume? Of course he's a hamster. Their quiet dignity makes them the noblest of all creatures. When I first started working here, I needed someone to keep me company, so I bought him. Sip. Thing is, I feed him all the table scraps we take back, which makes for a diet that's a bit, rich. He's really piled on the pounds, and to be honest, I'm starting to wonder if it isn't bad for his health. The poor thing. I wonder, could I ask you a favor? Would you mind looking after my friend for a little while? When he's here with me, I can't help but feed him, but those scraps of foie gras... foie gras and pastry soon add up. You mean you want us to take care of him and help him get into shape? Sounds like a great idea to me. I mean, what do you think, Professor? Can we keep him for a little while? Well, I've always said that helping rodents in need is among the duties of every true gentleman. He's always saying that. Foie gras? Okay. Hey Brad, welcome in. Hello, hello. Hi, we're playing Professor Layton and Pandora's Box. Unless you're in America, then it's Diabolical Box. Thank you for cutting him. I'm always saying that helping rodents in need is among the duties of every true gentleman. We'd be happy to take custody of this hamster until he sheds some of that excess baggage. Oh, thank you so much. It's a real weight off my shoulders, and off his waist, hopefully. The hamster mini-game has been added to the trunk! Bro, we unlocked the hamster mini-game. Hamster. But it's actually called the Elysium box. Yeah, that's true. You can check on the hamster by touching the hamster icon inside the professor's trunk. Oh, and one more thing. Since I won't be seeing the little fellow for a while, could you give him this apple? He loves them so. You got a new hamster toy. Use this apple to help your hamster get in shape. Oh, I'm going to miss my furry friend. Please look after him. 5th box, the hamster box. Don't worry, he's in good hands. Give your hamster a name! Alright, everyone, name the hamster. What are we naming the hamster? Hampter. We're collecting the infinity boxes, yeah. Hampter names in chat. Bindle. G-Force. Box. Bindle. Bimbo. G-Force. Wait, G-Force. What animals are those? The movie G-Force. What does the G stand for? 'Cause aren't they hamsters? Or guinea pigs! Oh my god. I forgot guinea pigs existed for a minute there. the stick with handkerchief on it. Nice. H-Force? We'll go with Bindle. That's cute. Luke has named the portly hamster Bindle. Okay, little chap, from now on, anywhere I go, you'll go too. Squeak? Squeak, squeak! Haha, it appears that your way with animals has earned you a new friend, Luke. I think so too, Professor. Hell yeah, let's click on the hamster. Use any items you can get hold of to help that sluggish hamster get back in shape. Items at your disposal are shown in the tray above the playground. Drag items with your finger to position them in the hamster's playground. The hamster notices any items within 3 spaces of his position. He won't react to any items 4 or more spaces away, so really think about where you place items. Touch an item to see the properties it has. Take advantage of the special properties of each item to maximize the hamster's workout. Place all items where you want them and touch exercise to get the hamster moving. Once the hamster interacts with an item, it disappears from the playground. His workout ends when all items are gone or when he can't find the next item. Each time the hamster walks the number of steps listed as his goal, he will get a little healthier. If you can get the hamster to his peak physical condition, something good will happen. Okay, he's blobby. Oh, that's so rude. Goal, 8 steps. As the hamster's favorite snack, when he comes within 3 spaces of it, he will ignore all other items and walk around him and walk straight towards it. So I don't think we have enough items. So I don't think diagonals count. 1, 2, 3. Let's see how it works.
Oh, come on! I'm tired!
Did you expect the hamster to sound like that? Because I didn't. You count the spaces. 1, 2, 3. I mean, let's try it, but...
Oh, come on! I'm tired!
Oh, sorry, bro. Okay. We don't have enough items, I don't think. Oh, come on! I'm tired. Auto? This game has autosaves? Wow. These vegetables look great. They must be farm fresh. I'm sure that even the bread costs a fortune. Unlike the rest of the train, it's kind of dim and dreary here. Can you imagine all the dishes they must have to do? From the hamster, you count each connected space. Okay. Hell yeah, alright. Well, that was an accident. I didn't mean to click on that. The best partner for great food is superb scenery. Hello, sir. Let me eat the food. I'm dreadfully sorry, sir. I'm afraid all the seats in our fine establishment are taken right now. What a pity. Indeed it is, sir. But while you're waiting for a table, may I interest you in a puzzle? Sure. 4 couples. 4 couples sit in a crowded dining car. All diners are sitting next to or across from their partners. The Joneses are sitting by the aisle. The mustachioed Mr. O'Connor is sitting next to his wife. Mr. Lambert is sitting opposite his wife. Using the information above, can you determine where Mrs. Hadley is sitting? Okay. Okay. The Joneses are sitting by the aisle. And I think we're all hetero in this situation. So I think, see, these are the Joneses. Jones. Oh, that's gonna get confusing. Joneses are sitting by the aisle. Because, like, they're both sitting by the aisle is what I'm understanding. So they're not sitting next to each other, they're sitting across from each other. The mustachioed Mr. O'Connor is sitting next to his wife. Okay. O'Connor. Next to O'Connor. Mr. Lambert is sitting opposite his wife. Mr. Lambert. Mrs. Lambert. Can you determine where Mrs. Hadley... This is Mrs. Hadley E. Let's do it. What? Circle? Yeah. Okay.
And
Let's
now
go.
to test my
Yes! Hydrate? Thank you.
ability. Wonderful.
Huh. Wonderful. Huh. Wonderful. He said the P word. That's right, mustachioed Mr. O'Connor. Yeah, we know. The Joneses are sitting by the aisle, so they must be C and G. That leaves E and F as the Hadleys. Very cool. That's exactly right, sirs. They say that nothing whets the appetite like a hearty puzzle. Oh, and it appears a table has just become available. Allow me just a moment to tidy it up, and then I will be happy to escort you to your seats. Great, I'm starving. Oh, good. Our table is finally ready. We'll just be taking our seats then. Madame, please wait a moment. In truth, these passengers have been waiting long. Nonsense! We'll not hear another word of this. You take these people before us. We are insulted. I don't like her anymore. I do apologize, madam. It's simply that these gentlemen arrived before you. We will not be kept waiting, do you understand? Not a single second. Now, out of our way. Madame. Talk about pushy. I do apologize, sirs. There's a lovely observation deck in the last carriage of the train. Please feel free to relax there for a few minutes while I prepare a new table for you. Maintaining one's composure while dealing with difficult customers is truly admirable. Shoutouts to the retail workers. Come, Luke. Let's give him some breathing room. We'll take a look at the deck and return to the dining car later. The Professor and Luke decide to visit the train's observation deck. Wait, okay, that's the kitchen. Oh, this is the observation deck. Looks like there's no one here at the moment. Let's check again later. I guess that's gonna be important later. Then with their dirty clothes, they've been infesting the kitchen already. Welcome aboard, sirs. May I interest you in a refreshing beverage or a scrumptious snack? Thank you, but I don't think we need any snacks right now. He has a whole bunch of sweets and treats that I packed nicely in his trunk for him. Of course you don't. And I put on my best smile for nothing. Most passengers eat in the dining car. It's so ritzy, I can't say I blame them. With competition like that, it's hard to sell it so much as a cup of tea. I'm so bored. I've got a while until my shift finishes, so help me pass a little time with this puzzle, would you? Piles of Pancakes 1. Here's a tasty puzzle for you. Can you move the pile of pancakes from the blue plate on the left to the red plate on the right? Wait though, it's not as easy as it sounds. You must follow these rules. You can only move one pancake at a time. You cannot place a pancake on top of another one that is smaller than itself. You can use the middle plate and move the pancakes as many times as you like. Blows up your pancakes with my mind. My fucking pancakes. Alright, easy. Oh. Hold on. Nine moves.
Just leave it to me.
Okay, let's see.
Layton's apprentice strikes again.
Delicious! This puzzle is actually a variant of the famous Tower of Hanoi. A Tower of Hanoi. A puzzle invented by a French mathematician all the way back in 1883. Okay, I was kind of hoping they would tell you what the minimum amount of moves was, but I guess I can't show off, sorry. Whoa, check out the brain on you, kiddo. So, listen, our next stop is this dinky little 2-cow village called Dropstone, right? There's, like, nothing there. I wish we could stop somewhere more exciting for a change. But I guess that's working a job for you. Sometimes you just have to deal with crippling boredom. Dang. I like her vibe. Oh, this door's open. Is this a bucket? Or a cauldron? I wonder if this is one of those brooms that can fly. Say, Professor, does that little shack over there seem familiar to you? Indeed, unless I'm mistaken, this must be the residence of you-know-who. He looks straight at the camera and gives you the finger if you haven't played Curious Village. I have a feeling she'll be a big help to us again. Okay, bye. See you later. My, what a lovely deck. Wow, this is the best. This breeze feels great. Indeed, and the scenery is simply breathtaking. Look, Luke, you can see a lake over there. The sky is so blue, and just look at those trees fly by. Now that's what I call a view. All this talk of pristine scenery reminds me of a puzzle I once heard. Why don't you try it? Okay. Look how cute this little illustration is. The forest below contains 4 different types of trees. Use your finger to divide the forest into 4 sections, each containing one of each type of tree. Okay. Brr, incorrect. Okay. These 2 are gonna give us trouble, so let's start here. What we need is this. That guy. And then this guy's gonna give us trouble, so let's go. Kill that one. There we go. That. Done. Is that it? Yep, okay, Tetris T block here. Tetris L block here. And then this one. So, dead, that one, red, pine. Dead, pine, red, that one. Dead, pine, that one, red. Dead, pine, that one, red. There we go.
Just leave it to me.
Trees!
Layton's apprentice strikes again.
He's been striking again a lot today. You're browsing through Steam's store just cause. Did you know there's an Australian farming sim in early access right now? Are you talking about Dinkum? I have played a little bit of Dinkum, but apparently there's a big update that just came out, so I'd really like to jump into it. Yeah, that's the one. It does have co-op, so if you do happen to get it, we can put it on the big co-op sheet we have. Very nice. Now take a moment to admire the gorgeous scenery. It's co-op. You can have 4 people on your island. Okay, so do they move into your island like Animal Crossing? That's interesting. Or I guess more like Stardew. That's exactly it. Well done. Well, did you expect any less, Professor? Hehehe. Wow, it feels so nice out here. I almost forgot we're supposed to be searching for the Elysium box. I can't say I blame you, Luke, but that box led poor Andrew to his death. Way to kill the vibe. Come what may, I will solve this mystery. Of course. Yeah, but, yeah, I should play Dinkum on stream again sometime. I need to get back into games where you have to do a lot of cleanup to decorate, you know? I've been playing a lot of, House Flipper while I've had some time off from streaming, and it has been so soothing. I don't know if it's a good stream game, but I can waste a couple hours in it, for sure. You think you'd recommend starting from the beginning again with Dinkum, because I have so much stuff and I don't know where I am? Yeah, fair. The only issue is that I won the lottery by getting like 3 different Thunder Eggs, which is like a rare chance of happening, and I got it like 3 times. But they're only decorational, so... I think we finally have a good grasp of this train's layout. It's high time we began our investigation proper. Okay, Professor, let's get to it. The Professor and Luke decide to begin their investigation of the train. But, wasn't that what we were doing? Investigating? Or big money, but you won't sell them? People. Look at that. Someone's left some rubbish on the deck here. Some people have got no manners. Luke, a true gentleman, cleans up after himself and others should the need arise. What do you say we take care of this mess? 45 Picarats? Oh my god, it's a sliding puzzle. Oh. Okay. Put that rubbish into the bin where it belongs. Move the blocks obscuring your path and slide the pile of rubbish into the bin at the bottom of the screen. Okay. I got this. I'm kinda epic at slide puzzles, so I got this. Wait. Yeah, I'm kinda epic at slide puzzles. You know, so... Wait. Dang it. Hold on. Oh, okay, there. That, it still doesn't work. Hold on. Dun, dun. Dun, dun, shit. Dun, 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 dun. Dang it. Frickin' dang. Frickin' dang. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Why would it give me a friggin'... So, another one up there would be useful. Still can't do that. Okay, hold on. Okay. Let's try this. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. There we go. Put that in there. Put that in there. Put that up there. Put that up there. Bring that. Yes, okay, it's working. It's working. Wait. Oh, shoot. Okay, hold on. Why would I want that? Okay. Frick. Okay, hold on. What would my goal here be? That wouldn't work. Aha! Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Wait. Oh, yeah! Yay!
This should do the trick.
45 flicker rats!
Ha! Wonderful.
Huh, wonderful. Ah, that's much better. Now don't forget, litter belongs in the bin, not on the street. Never litter. There! There's no litter cluttering up that amazing view. Wonderful, isn't it? Keeping a place tidy really brightens it up. Hooray. Oh. My, this observation deck certainly does command an impressive view. One could spend a pleasant afternoon here with some tea. Okay, let's do it. Ew!
There's nothing like travel by rail to put a spring in your step.
I couldn't agree more. And there's no better way to do it than on a train as fine as yours, Mr. Beluga.
So you know my name, do you?
But of course, this train and its owner have quite a reputation in London. I've seen your face in the papers more than a few times.
Oh, is that so now? I'm sorry, my friend, but I can't say I know you as well as you seem to know me.
The name is Herschel Layton. I'm a professor of archaeology by trade, but a train enthusiast on the side.
He would be a train enthusiast.
I've heard tales of this train's grandeur, so I decided it was time to experience it firsthand.
Well, isn't that something? It certainly is a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Layton, was it? Oh my, just look at how late it's gotten. I really have to run. Do enjoy your time aboard.
He's evil. Like, that's just an evil guy. Why don't we head back to the dining car now, Luke? I've worked up quite an appetite. The Professor and Luke decide to visit the dining car a second time. You don't have another quest for me? Gosh, I'm just about to keel over from boredom. Sure, the job pays well, but it's so slow it's painful. Welcome back, sirs. My deepest apologies for the long wait. Let me show you to your seats. Great, it's finally time to eat. My sentiments exactly. Wow, look at all these choices. It's enough to make my head spin. Oh, look over there. There's some sort of commotion going on. You call this hot cuisine? Is it horta? No, is it just hort? Like horticulture. What? No, that's horticulture. That's plants. You call this hot cuisine? I call it slop. Are you telling me you serve this to our customers? I'll make some more right away, sir. Fair, get that mess out of my sight this instant. But of course, I'm very sorry to have displeased you. And another thing, look at these vases in that picture. Talk about tacky. Replace them immediately. But sir, that piece is a quintessential work by the world-renowned... I don't care if the... Rest in peace, Queen of England painted it. Wow, how to date a video game, huh? I don't care if the Queen of England painted it. Replace it and be quick about it. Drink most water. Oh, of course, sir. I'll start making the arrangements immediately. Isn't that the same man we saw earlier? I don't think I've ever seen someone so bossy and loud. That was indeed Mr. Beluga. It's a shame that picture wasn't to his taste. I think it's marvelous. Speaking of pictures, Luke, I have a most intriguing puzzle for you. Hell yeah. Oh god. The drawing below is made up of curved lines that intersect to create sections. If you want to colour in the entire canvas so that no section touches a section of the same colour, what's the fewest number of colours you can use? You can use a colour as many times as you like as long as it doesn't touch a section with the same colour. Once you've worked it out, enter the number of colours in the answer box. Hold on. The drawing, if you want to colour in no section touches a section of the same colour, what's the fewest number of colours? Okay, got it. Got it. Okay. Green. So no sections touch. So, wait. What about diagonally? Oh no. Do you think diagonally counts? Because, like, do you reckon I could put one here? I'll give it a go, I guess. I wonder if it counts. It probably does, right? One, two, three. Let's see if this works. That one will be green. This can be green. That can be green. Okay. What do you bet the trick is that you can leave some blank, like leave some white? If you want to color in the entire canvas so that no section touches a section of the same color. Fewest number of colors. Okay, let's try it. So this could be red. This could be red. Hold on, what? Oh, there's a little section there. Cool. That can be red. This could be red. This can be red. This. 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 That. 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 Yeah, so you would need at least three colors. So it'll either just be 3 colors, or it will be a trick question and it'll be like you can leave some plain. Should we go with the trick question? No, that's not. Which would make it 2. If I get it wrong, that's my bad. I overthought it.
Here goes.
Oopsie! Oopsie!
Oops, that wasn't right.
That wasn't right. Okay, I overthought it. I think it might be 3. Oh, there go the picker-rats. 3.
Let's see if this works. Piece of cake.
Okay. It wasn't a trick question. Oh, that wasn't even what I got anyway. So I did it wrong. I got tricked. That's right, you'll need 3 colors to fill in the drawing. Most of the drawing can be done with 2 colors, but one pesky area in the bottom left corner requires a 3rd color to complete. I lost 2 picker-rats for that. Expertly solved, Luke. After a puzzle like that and a filling meal, I feel a rest is in order. Let's retire to our room. Hello there. Sorry to interrupt your game, but there's something important you should know. As you progress through the story, some puzzles will disappear from their original locations. These puzzles are then moved to Granny Riddleton's shack, where they can be solved at any time. Here's the first set of puzzles to be sent to the shack. If no puzzles appear on the next screen, it means there are no unsolved puzzles to send right now. Dang it! I missed one. The Professor and Luke decide to return to their room in carriage 3. Now, what do we have here? boy! My sweet little boy! You've got to do something right this instant! Search the entire train! Madam, please calm down so I can understand the situation. Oh, Inspector Chelney, I had no idea you were on board. Well, well, if it isn't Mr. Layton, what are the chances, eh? Well, enough small talk. I have other matters to attend to, namely, a missing child. It seems this woman's child has gone off somewhere. I don't suppose you've seen him around? Train. No, I don't believe I've seen any young boys. My little boy wandered off and he hasn't returned yet. I'm simply at my wit's end worrying about him. Gentlemen, I demand that you drop whatever it is you're doing and help me find my boy. She's been going on like this from the moment I walked in. I understand your concern, madam. My assistant and I will be glad to aid you in your search. We'll have the best chance of recovering your son if we start searching immediately. Are you still here? If you have time to stand around talking, hurry up and bring my boy back. It seems the only clues we have to go on are this shoe that the tyke left behind and his name, Tom. I've tried to squeeze more details out of the woman, but it's useless. She just keeps demanding I search the place. Little shoe. This is one of Tom's shoes? It's positively tiny, isn't it? Yes, I find it quite curious myself, Luke. Very puzzling indeed. I didn't think children with feet that size could even walk. Indeed. You got Tom's shoe. Items you pick up are shown at the bottom right of the map. Tom's disappearance. While riding on the Voluntary Express, Babette's little boy, Tom, manages to disappear. If the shoe he left behind is any indication, Tom must be a very young child. Where could a child that small have wandered off to on his own? This is becoming a train murder mystery. The Professor and Luke decide to help for Tom, Babette's little boy. Hello, Inspector. It was certainly a surprise to see you on board, Inspector. May I ask what brings you here? During the investigation, we stumbled upon the late Doctor's diary. Its pages detail the Doctor's final days, which led me to this train. But since that investigation is none of your business, that's all I can tell you, Mr. Layton. Besides, finding that lost child is my top priority right now. With only a shoe and a name to go on, though, it's going to be an uphill struggle to find him. Luke and I would be glad to offer our assistance in the matter. It's just like that one Adventure Time episode. Oh, I'm sure you would. I've heard about you, Layton. You've got quite a reputation for poking your nose into other people's business. If you want in on my case, why not show me your famous powers of deduction by solving this puzzle? The Shoe Shop Thief. A woman in a shoe shop pays for a £30 pair of shoes with a £50 note. The salesman doesn't have enough change, so he goes to the shop next door to break the £50 note, returns to his shop and gives the woman her change. A while later, the shopkeeper from next door storms into the shoe shop. It turns out that the note he gave her was a fake. The mortified shoe salesman gives the shopkeeper £50 from the till to apologize. Neither the customer nor the shoes she took are found. In total, how much did the shoe shop lose? Okay. Do you reckon the trick is that you have to factor in the shoe price as well? Although I was just tricked by the last puzzle as well. Okay. So, $50 note, 5. How do I even work this out? Hold on. So... Oh god, okay, my brain's getting confuzzled. Okay, we got the shoes. Shoes are 30. 50 goes to the shopkeeper. Shoes go to the customer. $50 goes to the other shopkeeper. So he has a 30 and a 20. He gives the 20. Oh my god, 20. He has 30. Okay, the shopkeeper has $30. Then, suddenly, oh no, the 30 was fake. No, sorry, the 50 was fake. So he has plus 30. He gives the shopkeeper, the other shopkeeper, 50. The $50 note. Hold on, let's have a look. Gives the shopkeeper 50 from the till. Awesome. So now he has lost 50. He had plus 30. So, wait, oh god, okay, hold on. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh no. Okay, he gave her 50. He gave her 50. And he got 20 and 30. The 20 doesn't exist anymore, so he has 30. He has to give her a brand new, crisp $50 bill. So he has now... He made 30 profit. No, he has $30 in his hand. Holy shit. Oh god. He has $30 in his... He has $30 in his hand. And he has a spare 50 hanging around. So... in the till, he has $70. He gives the 50. Okay, let's start again. Okay. $50 goes in the... No, wait, doesn't go in the till. $50 goes to SK. So that 50 goes to... This guy gets a 30 in the till. That's a till. 20 goes to the customer. But he then has to give an extra 50 from the till. $50 goes to her again. So that means he has... He's lost $20. He's lost $20 of profit. This sucks. Okay. In total, how much did the shoe shop lose? Because they lost $30 from the price of the shoes as well. Because they never found the shoes. I'm gonna attempt 50.
Consider this puzzle solved.
Oh, thank God.
A true gentleman leaves no puzzle unsolved.
I was so stressed. The shoes the customer made off with cost £30, and the change the salesman gave her cost him another 20, bringing his total losses to 50. Oh, that's so much easier to work out. You would have just said 80. That's so much easier to work out than how I did it. The salesman received £50 of real money in exchange for the fake note from the shopkeeper next door, then gave her 50 back when she discovered the note he gave her was fake. These last two transactions cancel each other out, apparently. Great. Love it. It seems your fame isn't entirely undeserved. Nevertheless, this is my case, so I'll be searching for Tom alone. Conduct your own search if you'd like, but don't get your hopes up. Okay. Hello? Excuse me, madam. Have you seen a small boy wandering around here? He would be missing a shoe. No, I can't say that I have. There's no way I'd forget seeing a boy with only one shoe. I see. Well, thank you very... Oh, but while we're on the topic of shoes, maybe you could help me with a little predicament of my own. A puzzle. The shoe maze. Oh my gosh, look at this. Here's a maze that's made up of shoes. Your task is to travel from the start point to the goal. You may only travel horizontally or vertically, one space at a time, and you must alternate between left and right shoes every step. Oh, I thought I had to burp, but it wouldn't happen. Touch each space one at a time to highlight the path you want to take. If you make a misstep, you can deselect that space by touching it again. Okay. Donk, donk. 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 So I got no shoes left, so I can't go this way. Donk, 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 donk. I could go this way. Blonk. But then I can only go up. Blonk, 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 blonk. And we're in the exact same spot. Okay, hold on. I can go this way. Blonk, 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 blonk. No. Clonk. 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 Clunk. Clunk, 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 clunk. Left, right, 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 left. Yeah.
Consider this puzzle solved.
Yes.
Ha! Wonderful.
Oh, wonderful. Good job. That was some fancy footwork. Thanks. What was it? Oh, I spaced out big, sorry. Well, blow me down. You've got quite the brainy bonce underneath that hat. Okay, bye. Oh man, I am dog food. What's the matter, mister? What? Oh, hey. Okay, so I snuck into my uncle's room and borrowed his camera, right? Thing is, then I dropped it. I've been here trying to find all the pieces for like an hour, but I've only found one. You're dozing off, so you're gonna lurk here? Have fun? No worries! Have fun, have a good lurk, and have a good night as well. And thank you so much for the raid and for popping by. I appreciate it. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Alright. That's quite the predicament. Yeah, and if word gets around about this wrecked camera, I'm gonna catch major flack from the boss man. Whoa, brain flash incoming. Dig this. I'm gonna give you this busted hunk of junk. You do with it what you want. Just get rid of this thing, will ya? Okay, catch you on the flip side. I love this guy. What? Hey, come back here! The camera mini-game has been added to the trunk. I got a squarish part. Use it to rebuild the camera in the professor's trunk. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Let's do it. Camera. Yep. Holding your finger on a part enlarges it. Once enlarged, drag the selected part over to where you want it to place it in the camera. You can rotate. Okay, that makes things more difficult. Gather all 10 missing parts and place them correctly so that no gaps remain. What happens when the camera is restored to working order? You'll just have to find out for yourself. Dun, dun, dun. Yay. Let's save. We haven't saved in a while. Hampter. He didn't show up in our room? No, we're good. This tablecloth is the whitest thing I've ever seen. Alright, dude. What's this? Something's fallen behind here. It appears to be a cap of some sort, but I don't think I can reach it from here. Maybe the cap belongs to Tom. We certainly shouldn't rule out that possibility. Oh hey, since we're on the subject of caps, have you ever heard this one, Professor? Guys, we're trying to find a child. A teacher had everyone in their class close their eyes. While none of the students were looking, she slipped caps onto their heads and said, "Okay everyone, open your eyes and look at your friends' caps. Whoever sees 4 or more people wearing red caps gets a red balloon, and whoever doesn't gets a blue balloon." In a class of 10 children, only some got a red balloon, but how many? Okay. Okay. There must be at least 4 caps. So 4 red caps, red. 6 blue. So that means that 6... This sounds like a trick question, doesn't it? The people wearing a red cap won't be able to see their own cap. Only some got a red balloon. It's... So there's 4 red caps. Red. Ten don't have red caps. So that means 6 have not red caps, which is what I already said. Blue. Six of them. Yeah, so it just kind of seems like 6, right? Like, the 6 of them with blue hats can see the 4 that have the red. So whoever sees 4 or more gets a red balloon. These guys can see 9 people. It just kind of sounds like 6, right? Am I... shall I just jump in and just try it? 56, nope. This is a kind of... let's just try it.
Consider this puzzle solved. And there we have it.
Oh, it was supposed to be more complex than how I worked it out. You know that only some children got red balloons. If 5 or more children were wearing a red cap, every child in the class would see at least 4 caps and get a red balloon, so it must be fewer than 5. But if 3 or fewer children were wearing red caps, no one would see 4 red caps. Therefore, 4 children must have had red caps, meaning that the other 6 children received red balloons. Such a strange little... That was strange. Drat, I was sure I could stump you with that one. Better luck next time, Luke. For now, we'd better return to searching for that little lost boy. Lost little boy. Alright, yep, better get back to that. Now that you mention it, how do you suppose Tom managed to worm his way into such a tight space? Good question. You got Tom's hat. Hi, have you seen a child? Phew, that was bad, even for Mr. Beluga. You mean he always blows up at you like that? Well, you know, me or someone else on the staff. The boss can be a very hard man to please. That's awful. You and the others shouldn't have to put up with him bullying you like that. You should unionize. Well, the boss does have a point. After all, he made this railway what it is today. He always says that a first-class train deserves a first-class atmosphere. I mean, even the plates we use in the dining car are custom-made. The craftsmanship is amazing. Take a look at the fine detail on the bottom. On your plate. The plate in front of you bears a mark made up of 2 equilateral triangles, one inside the other. Can you work out how many times the smaller triangle can fit inside the larger one? Oh god. Okay, I'm eyeballing this. It's probably a Triforce, right? So, 1, 2, 3, 4. There. We're solving it. Go. It's a Triforce. Yeah!
Piece of cake!
Piece of cake! There we go. That's right. If you can imagine the small triangle is inverted as shown, it would only take a moment to realize that 4 small triangles could fit into the larger one. Okay, I didn't think about it like that, sorry. Gosh, you've got an eye for this kind of thing. Nice as they are, I'm sure Mr. Beluga will find a reason to complain about these plates too. I wouldn't be surprised. I suppose rich people can just afford to be picky. Luke is becoming radicalized. Oh, there she is. Snork, a sweet baby boy. How can she sleep at a time like this? I imagine she tired herself out fretting over her child's disappearance. Come, Luke, the sooner we find the lad, the sooner we can put this poor lady's mind at ease. Oh, take a look at this, Professor. It's food scraps, if I'm not mistaken. Do you suppose Tom wandered into the kitchen to grab something to eat? Well, it is possible, though if that's the case, the child certainly is lacking in the manners department. Ow, puzzle. Aw, come on, Luke, don't be fat-phobic. Wow, that flower vase looks like it cost a pretty penny. Lovely decorations really do wonders for a room, don't they? Doubly so in the case of flowers. Tell me, Luke, what do you think of flowers like these? Crazy daisies! Oh, what the heck is this? Now for something on the flowery side. Of the 3 pictures labelled A, B and C, one is actually the same as the picture on the far left. However, the image on the far left has had its contents flipped left to right, and its colours inverted and changed to black and white. Of A, B and C, which picture is the same as black and white picture on the far left? Okay. Okay. Not this one. Because the little... these bits are wrong. What are we missing? What's the difference? There's a dot missing. There's a single dot missing. So how many dots are there? There's 1, 2, 3. It's 1, 2, 3. It's this one!
Let's see if this works. Layton's apprentice
Strikes again! Yeah, that's right. I did it. Excellent. Nice job, but not all puzzles are such a breeze. Anyway, let's keep moving for now. Bling. No expense has been spared with the tableware either. Babette doesn't seem like the type to travel light. Oh. Is everything all right, miss? I'm fine, thank you. Excuse me. Say, did she seem familiar to you at all, Professor? Yes, now that you mention it, something about her did seem rather familiar, as you say. Hi. Good day, sirs. May I interest you in a refreshing beverage or scrumptious snack? Oh, have you seen this young boy wandering around by himself in this carriage? Little boy, eh? Nope, sorry mister, but that doesn't ring any bells. Ooh, what happened? Did he get lost on the train? Yes, unfortunately, we haven't been able to track down the missing tot. You know, I probably shouldn't start vicious rumors, but oh well, I've nothing better to do. Did you know that there's a weird old woman staying in this carriage? What if she kidnapped the little one and has him stowed away in her room? I know it's probably not true, but what if? She's just so bizarre that I can't help wondering. But I could get in trouble for speaking ill of passengers. Just forget I said anything, okay? Strange old woman, eh? Wonder who she would be talking about. Your guess is as good as mine, Luke, but it certainly does make one wonder. Make one wonder. There she is! Old woman jump scare! Let me have a beverage. Hello there, sunny boys. Ever get all knock-kneed and goosebumply from terrifyingly hard puzzles? Well, have no fear. The beautiful and clairvoyant Granny Riddleton stands before you, ready to help. Just as I thought. Who else could this tiny house belong to? Hey, wait a second. What are you doing here, anyway? So you've heard of me, eh, Shorty? Good to know I'm still a hit with the young'uns. Ooh, don't like that, Granny. Eehee. What do you mean? Of course I've heard of you. We've met before, remember? Nope, I suspect you've got the wrong Granny, boy. Never seen you before in my life. But you're here now, so that means you want to hear my spiel, right? Not really. Oh, no need to be so modest. Allow me to thank you for visiting me by bestowing a little tidbit of information on you. My speciality, you see, is puzzles. Puzzles people forget about. Puzzles people miss. Surely you boys have had a few of those, eh? No need to turn red, it happens to the best of puzzlers. What I do, you see, is I take those poor, lost little puzzles and invite them to come and stay with me. I imagine any puzzles you left behind have found their way to my shack as well, if you want to say hello. If the shack is empty, then you'll just have to get out there and find some more puzzles. And why don't you take a peek inside and see what's there? Okay. A strip of paper. After trying to fold a strip of paper in half, you notice that one side of the folded strip is 1 centimeter longer than the other. Determined to get it right, you fold the strip again, only to discover that now the other end of the folded strip is 1 centimeter longer than the other. Now you've made 2 fold creases in the strip. What is the distance in millimeters between the 2 creases? A centimeter? I can fold. Let me get a little piece of paper to fold. Hold on. Okay, oops, I folded it and now it's 1 centimeter different. 1 centimeter. And now I folded it again. And now it's another centimeter. Right, so it's a centimeter. Hold on. 1 centimeter. It's gotta be a centimeter. Right? in millimeters, 10 millimeters.
Consider this puzzle solved.
Yay! I'm speedrunning this game now.
Wonderful.
Oh, okay, that's a weird way to show me. The distance between the creases is 1 centimeter or 10 millimeters. If you're having trouble visualizing this, imagine the matchbox shown above has a height of 1 centimeter. Now imagine that one of the matchbox's sides was removed. It looks just like your folded strip of paper after being folded twice. Hell yeah. Love it. Very cool. Yay, we did it. Okay. Oh, hello. Oh, passenger. Sorry, sir. Didn't mean to get in the way of you using the deck. No trouble at all, my good man. I take it you're not a passenger then? No, I'm just a mechanic, innit? I come along for a ride in case something goes belly up. But as you can see, she's sound as a pound. Makes my job dead easy. In fact, I've got so much free time lately, I've made up a puzzle all by myself. How about it then? Gosh. Surviving in the wild. Okay. After years of bad business, a zoo has finally run out of money to buy food for its animals. Oh no. Bellies rumbling from days with no food, the animals make a plan to escape the zoo. After prizing open the rusty bars of their cages, all the animals attempt to find their way through the maze-like paths of the zoo to the exit. Touch the picture of each animal you think made it safely out of the zoo, and then touch submit to answer. Just remember, animals show their true colors in the wild. Oh my god. Jeez. Okay, rabbit. Rabbit goes this way. Rabbit goes this way. Rabbit goes... Oh no. Oh, the rabbit's not gonna make it. Oh no. Because the lion goes this way. The lion goes this way. Then how am I supposed to know if they catch up to each other though? Are we just assuming they all move at the same time? Because then we go this way and then we go... Wow, this might be a dead end completely. Hold on. No, they could make it out. But let's assume that the rabbit is going to run smack bang into this dang old lion. Sorry, rabbit. Okay, giraffe time. And the giraffe, that's a dead end. The giraffe goes this way. Giraffe goes this way. Giraffe goes this way. And he's going this way. Oh no. Oh dear. And he's going this way. Oh no. Hold on. So the giraffe, I don't think the giraffe has an exit at all. Definitely not that way. If he goes that way. Yeah, this giraffe is just locked in. Sorry, buddy. But at least he won't get eaten by a lion. So, that's pleasant. Yeah, there's no exit for him. Panda bear, one up here. Oh dear. Oh no, that panda's gonna... I don't know about this one. Not too sure about this one. Okay, do crocodiles eat pandas? Is that what this puzzle's trying to tell me? Oh, these guys aren't getting out. Neither of these guys are getting out. Crocodile goes... Unless, wait, hold on. Eats the panda. Yeah, oh my god. Why would they design the zoo to just have the predators and the prey connected to each other? Okay, tiger. Tiger, tiger, tiger. I can't see where that goes. Tiger's not getting out. Okay, so none of the... So, wait, the rabbit could escape. But the issue is that he's running smack bang into the lion. So he's not escaping. Oh, I hate this. Just remember, yeah, so the lion. The only ones that could get out would be the lion and the rabbit. But...
And now to test my theory. A true gentleman leaves no puzzle unsolved.
He turns around and Luke, the canonical animal lover, is just in tears. What the fuck? Why? Bro. Sharp thinking. The only animal that will safely escape to freedom is the lion. While both the rabbit and the lion will make it as far as the path to the exit. Second the lion spots the rabbit, he's guaranteed to eat it. Nature, red in tooth and claw. Wow, that was messed up. Thanks, game. Blimey, you didn't fall and polish that one off quickly. It's back to the drawing board for me. Thanks. Also, have you seen a child? Don't suppose anything all the train's gonna break, do ya? I'm dying for something to do. Kidnap a child? So, that's Granny Riddleton's room. Hi, have you seen a child? Excuse me, sir. Have you seen a little boy with a missing shoe crawling around? No, I don't believe so. But come to think of it, a couple who were just here were talking about a child. Interesting. Do you have any idea as to where we might find this couple now, my good man? I believe they're staying in the fourth carriage, sir. May I suggest paying them a visit? A wonderful suggestion. Thank you for your assistance. Come along now, Luke. Let's drop in on the couple in the fourth carriage. The professor and Luke decide to search for the couple who may have seen Tom. Wait, so which direction is the fourth carriage? This one. This one? Hi. Capone. Oh there, young fellow, you're in the wrong room. My wife and I are staying here. We're dreadfully sorry to intrude, sir, but we're searching for a lost little one. Did you happen to see or hear anything pertaining to this? Oh, sweetie, I do believe they might be talking about that darling cutie pie that just passed by, remember? Oh, yes, he was a cute one, he was. Small and very clever looking, I'd say. So you did see Tom then? He's been missing for a while now. I didn't know whether he was a girl or a boy, truth be told. Tom's a right nice name, though. Oh, pish posh, dear. I'll bet my best tea set that it was a girl who passed by our room. Yes, now that you mention it, I had a feeling that the scamp might have been a girl. But until you flip the thing on its back and get a good long look, you can never be sure, can you? Now I'm all confuddled. I don't have the slightest idea who we're talking about anymore. What? Me too, dude. I hate to say it, but it looks like this hot lead just turned cold, Professor. What? Question mark, exclamation mark. On the contrary, Luke, we may have just stumbled onto some extremely valuable information. What do you mean, Professor? You'll see. First, let's return to the scene of Tom's disappearance. The Professor and Luke decide to return to the site of Tom's disappearance. Alright, bye, whoa. Guys. That was an interesting flip of the tongue. Bye, gays. Happy Pride Month. Ah, Inspector. Tell me, are you any closer to uncovering the whereabouts of that missing child? So you two are still flipping furniture to find that tyke, are you? Do you mean to say that the child has been found? No, not at all. What I'm saying is that the child is no longer on this train. I've asked everyone aboard, but no one gave me an answer that suggested they'd seen the lad. This led me to the conclusion that the poor child either got off the train or fell off it. Fell off? My goodness. Dead child game. Yes, it's entirely plausible given the way children love to run amok. When you combine that with their oversized heads, you've got yourself a recipe for disaster. I'll contact the railway police at the next station, so feel free to give up on your search. Nimi Loco, welcome in. You just got an ad for a Dungeons and Dragons movie. Weird. Yeah. I'll be honest, I don't follow Dungeons and Dragons news, but I had no idea that was a thing that was happening until I've seen ads going around. And the funny thing is that they don't say the name of the music. What? Oh my god, sorry, my brain is fried. They don't say the name of the movie either. They just say, Dungeons and Dragons. And I'm like, oh, okay. Alright. You didn't know until just then? Well, you know, I hope for the sake of Dungeons and Dragons fans, it's good. But, you know, D&D have been doing wacky stuff with their IP lately. So... I don't know if it's like... I'm sure it'll be a smashing hit anyway. But yeah. It'll be interesting. Excuse me. I've been doing too much voice acting today. Alright, let's find this missing child. Also, thank you so much for coming in, and I hope you're doing well. Excuse me. Just a moment, Inspector. The windows on this train are very high and every exit is manned. Given the situation, don't you think it's unlikely a child could have made it off the train unnoticed? Alright, I'll humour you. So tell me, Layton, where do you think this elusive ankle biter got off to? That I can't say, but something tells me that we may have been barking up the wrong tree. Oh, there's just no reasoning with you. Fine, keep playing detective. Nothing will come of it, I tell you. Oh, I was just here. Should I go back up here, maybe? Hold on. What's on your mind, my boy? You look distracted. It's hard to put my finger on why, but I feel like someone has been watching us for a while. You too? I've been feeling the same sensation myself. Do you think that someone might be tailing us? It's certainly possible. Keep an eye out for anything unusual. The shoe! There was a D&D movie in 2000. 2000? What a strange year. The new one is called Honor Among Thieves. Alright, cool. I'm going to hazard a guess and say that the 2000 D&D movie was not widely regarded as a good movie. Because there weren't any good... there were no good, let's say, quote-unquote, video game movies. What was the first good video game movie? I'm gonna say... I think Sonic the Hedgehog did it. But, like, slowly. Like, I think it was kind of a cliche movie. I never watched it. But I think it paved the way for... I think Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was apparently really good. 10% on Rotten Tomatoes? Ooh. Ooh. Well, everyone who goes to watch Honor Among Thieves is legally required to do a watch of the 2000 D&D movie to compare it. It's the law. This looks like one of Tom's shoes, doesn't it, Professor? It certainly does. This is strange, though. It's for the same foot as the shoe the inspector gave us earlier. So it is. Aha! So then Tom must be... Oh ho ho! Luke, I do believe we both made a faulty assumption. It lost 12 million in profit! My god! What a nightmare! Okay, jeez Louise. Sorry, I've been voice acting too much. What exactly do you mean? Recall, for a moment, the events as they have unfolded thus far. Let's see. First, that tiny shoe was found on the floor. That's right, a shoe small enough for a baby. And then there was the cap we found in the kitchen, but it was lodged in such a tiny corner, I don't know how Tom could have squeezed in there. Correct. In order to get back there, Tom would have to be no more than half your size. I don't think I've seen any boys smaller than myself on the train, now that you mention it. That was my impression as well. Which is why I began to consider a different line of thought. Luke, what if you and I have already seen Tom about and didn't even know it? You see, all the while we've been searching for Tom, we've assumed that he's a small child. But what if that assumption proves false? What if we've been wrong from the start? I think I see where you're getting at, Professor. The second shoe was a left shoe, identical in every way to the shoe the inspector gave us. If that strange pair of shoes means what I think it does, then our friend Tom is... Oh. Oh, a sliding puzzle? Okay. Professor Layton has a feeling that Tom may not be the kind of boy he assumed to be. He was assumed to be. Move the L-shaped pieces around and arrange them into a plus shape in the middle of the board to reveal Tom's true identity. Okay. Ew. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this. Ah, shoot. Ah, shoot. Oh, frick. Frick, frack. Oh, dang. Darn tootin'. Hold on. Oh, jeez. Okay, here we go. Okay. Nope. Here. Oh, jeez. Okay. Okay, here. I got it. I got it. Oh no. Oh, it's all ruined. Oh dear. Okay, hold on. This is hard. Hold on. Restart. Restart. I'm scared. I'm scared. Okay. We need to switch these two over. Okay. Got it. That goes there. Yes. How do I get these out of here? Oh, hold on. Can I do this? No, I accidentally clicked oh, frick. So sometimes my button double clicks for some reason. That's no good. Wait, hold on. I just need to get that out of there. Put that in there. Wait, hold on. Yeah, there. How did they get all the way over there? Hold on. Get this over here. Hold on. One goes over here. One goes over here. One goes over here. Oh god. Oh, how did I pull this off? Let's start again. Oh no. I was so close to... Oh, that's nasty. Oh, this is going over here, so let's do this. I want this to go on top of this if I can. That stays there. That goes there. Okay, we got it. Hello! Wait. Wait for it. Wait for it. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Let's see if this works. Layton's apprentice strikes again.
Hello! Welcome in! Hi! Maple Squid Arts! 1 second. Shout out. There we go. Maple. There we go. And shout out. Maple. There we go. Hello. You were doing Artful Boyfriend? I haven't played Heartful Boyfriend in so long. Oh my gosh. Hello. Sykes. Maple Squid Arts. The Mad Magus. And Dezarin J. If that's correct, let me know. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining in with the raid. Hello, hello. Hi. How was Heartful Boyfriend? Hello, hello. Oh, thank you for the hydrate and the Artemis. Hope you like Artemis. Welcome in, everyone. Thank you very much for the raid. I really appreciate that. Yes, how was your stream? So, welcome in, everyone. You did all the regular routes. Next week, you'll do the true route. Ooh, that's so exciting. That's so cool. Best of luck. Man, Heartful Boyfriend is a really good game. Good hydrate. Everyone hydrate. Make sure you hydrate, okay? Oh, that's so exciting. Well, yeah, best of luck. Do you have a favorite Heartful Boyfriend? Let me know. I always liked, Kusan? Was that his name? It's so good. Weirdly deep for a pigeon dating sim. Exactly. And the person who made the game is also just so passionate about the game itself, which is just wonderful. Yes, welcome in, everyone. I am playing Professor Layton and Pandora's Box, or the Diabolical Box, if you are in America. The story thus far, we are investigating a box called the Elysium Box that, when opened, will kill anyone who opens it. We ended up on a train, and now we are searching for a lost child. We found 2 shoes that fit the same foot, and a small hat that is too small for a child. And we are about to find out what all of that means. You think you like Yu-Gi-Oh the best? Azami's route? Yes. Yes. I think I remember those characters, and yeah. Yeah, such a good game. Oh my goodness. Alright. We are going to find the lost child. Good work. Thanks. Tom is a dog! Just kidding, he was a dog the entire time. Do you recall the girl we saw holding a small dog? I suspect that small dog was our friend Tom. So if we track down that girl, we'll find Tom. The professor and Luke decide to search for the young woman seen holding a little dog. So let me say to people, I'd like to know, anyone who has joined the chat, have you ever played Professor Layton and the Curious Village? Because this is the second game in the series. So I can explain little bits you need to know. If that is required. Anyway, this is my favorite game series of all time, and I'm just having a blast playing this, so I hope you also will enjoy it. Alright. This is our room. Is that book always there? I guess it was. Have you seen a girl? Oh no, they have a puzzle for me. I'm sorry I couldn't be of more help to you. It was nice talking with you, though. Let me give you a puzzle for the road. Thanks, dude. Pass it on. You have played some Professor Layton games, but I can't remember which ones. Neat. Well, I'm still hoping for... Look, now that the dream is not dead and we know that they can make new Professor Layton games, I'm still hoping for the first 3 games that they HDified. I'm hoping they'll put them into a trilogy and put them on the Switch so more people will have access to them. But you can get the first 3 games in the series in HD on mobile. So that's actually what I'm playing now. I'm using BlueStacks to play it because they have new cutscenes and stuff like that, which is super cool, but I haven't seen anything new just yet, so that's exciting. 8 people are playing a communication game. In this game, 1 player has to get their message across to 7 other people. It takes 1 minute to pass along the message, and each time the message is spoken, it can only have 1 recipient. Using these rules, what's the shortest amount of time required for the message to pass to all 7 other players? That just went through one head and out, through one head and out the other. Okay, 8 people. It takes 1 minute to pass along. So, first person knows it. 1 minute, second person knows it. Oh, I know. Okay, hold on. This is how it's gonna work. 1 person knows it. They tell another person. That's 1 minute. Oh, hold on. Okay. 1 person tells this person 1 minute. Then the 2 of them tell 2 people. So that's 2 minutes. Then third minute, they tell 1, they tell 1, they tell 1, they tell 1. And there's 8 people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Yeah, so 3 minutes, right?
Consider this puzzle solved. Ha! Wonderful.
Ah, wonderful. Hell yeah. This is giving me like a big confidence boost because I was so worried that my brain would blank out when I'd be getting into the puzzles in this game, but I don't know, I think I'm doing pretty well. And I do have to say that since this is my favorite series of all time, for some reason as a kid I would replay the games a lot. So with Curious Village, I memorized a lot of the puzzles. I just knew the answers. But I don't think that's happening as much currently in this game because I didn't replay it as much as a kid. Because I'd always start with Curious Village, finish Curious Village, move on to Pandora's Box, and then I'd take a big break, and then I'd be like, well, if I'm gonna start again, I might as well start with Curious Village. Hooray, we did it. Oh, that was actually it. I thought that was like a boring explanation, but it kind of looked interesting. That's okay. Yes, sirree, that's the answer. Pair of sharp ones, 2 of you, I'm downright impressed. Still don't get your hopes up about finding that little boy. He could be anywhere. Goodness, listen to my husband. Sometimes he can be a little negative without realizing it. I, for one, am cheering for you. Best of luck finding that little one. I got a button part. Button. Button. Dun, 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 dun. Let's save. Hey, bro. Greetings, sir. Are you still searching for that lost little one? Indeed, we are still searching. Tell me, sir, have you by any chance seen a young lady with a small dog pass by? Ah, now that does ring a bell. Yes, I believe she was headed towards the back of the train. Is that so? Thank you, sir. You've been most helpful. Let's go! Inspector Chalmy? Well, if it isn't the famous Mr. Layton dashing around like he knows something I don't. I was just about to head over to Babette's and inform her that her child is no longer aboard the train. Inspector, we are mere moments away from discovering Tom's location. Could I ask you to give us just a while longer to ponder on the situation? Still don't want to face the truth, eh, Layton? Fine, since you're so intent on it, and seeing as Babette is napping right now, I'll wait a while longer. The moment she wakes up, though, I'm taking my findings to her. Got it? If you want to prove yourself right, bring the boy back before that. Understood. I plan to do just that, Inspector. We'd better find the girl with the dog as quickly as we can, Professor. Why doesn't Inspector Chalmy just go, oh, you know where he is? Okay, I'm gonna follow you. I'm gonna follow you and let's go find him. Whoa, who's this guy? Look at that! You've managed to solve at least 12 puzzles. I'm not doing a voice for this guy, sorry. My throat's tired. I applaud you. Heartily. I can't see how I could dislike a couple of ardent puzzle solvers like yourselves. Let's be pals, eh? Okay, can we... Oh. Okay. What about... No, this puzzle is gonna keep me up all night. Oh, sorry about that. Now what's with you two? What can I do for you? We're looking for a young lady with a small dog. Have you seen anyone fitting that description? Yeah, I remember seeing someone like that pass by. I think she was heading to the back of the train. Thank you very much. We'll just be on our way. Now hold it right there, Top Hat. I see how it is. Get old Grousley to answer your question and then scoot off without a word. I told you what you wanted to know, so the way I see it, you should at least lend a man a hand. I'm terribly sorry, sir. I didn't realize you required our help. How can we be of service? A friend gave me this puzzle because I love art, but maybe you'll have better luck with it than I've had. Fancy giving it a go? Yes, we have no options. Cloud and sky. Excuse me. Now, what in the heck is this? Oh. This might be the end of the chapter anyway, so we might finish up. We'll finish up at a good point. A man on the train shows you a picture he's painted. Let's say this picture has a total area of 10. Oh, I'm feeling like the water's going down the wrong way today. Can you work out how much of it is made up of clouds compared to the area that's made up of sky? Don't think you need to guess the answer. There's a definite method you can use to work this out. How much of the area is sky and how much is cloud? So the total area is 10. I can see here that there's little notches on the side for you to divide it up. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is half. Okay. If we divide it... Oh, that's bad. Not like that, not like that. Erase, erase. Okay, look at this. We have... Whoa, I tabbed out and I got scared. We have one full square of blue. We have 2 full squares of blue. Okay, oh, this square here is this square, but inverted. So that means that's one full square of blue. And that's one full square of white. 1. So hold on, let's do... erase this real quick. 1. 1. That's one full square of... like if we swap them, you know? If we stick them together like puzzle pieces. Are any of them... these 2? No, that's not right. This one. And this one. So same thing. If we put that into there, that's one full square of blue. DK Rocketman, hello, welcome in, back from cleaning, Squid Raid. Heck yeah, thank you so much for joining with the raid. Congrats on finishing your cleaning. I love getting cleaning done, but I hate cleaning. So, okay, that one. This one is our full square of white. Oh, yeah, okay, hold on. Oh, okay, I see it, I see it. So this one, and this one. Hello? There we go. Pretend that's a 1. And what have we got? These 2. Yeah, they're matching. Okay, so 1. 1. 1. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Blue. 6. 4. Let's do it.
This should do the trick. Ha! Wonderful.
Wonderful. Alright. Nice job. The key here is to use the screws on the frame to divide the picture. Once you do that, it should be clear that B and F, C and I, D and G, and E and H are all simply pairs of the same drawings with the colours reversed. This means that in these 8 areas there are 4 squares worth of cloud and 4 of sky. The remaining 2 squares, A and J, are completely blue, so the totals are 6 squares of sky and 4 squares of cloud. Heck yeah. Ah, so that's how you do it. You've got quite a head on your shoulders, don't you? Now, as for that girl you were asking about, she's probably on the observation deck behind me. I got a glass part. The professor and Luke decided to talk with the girl on the observation deck. Let's do it. After we put this... What is... It's coming together. It's all coming together. Alright, let's do it. Who could it possibly be?
Excuse me.
Hey, it's you!
Yes, I had the sneaking suspicion that it was you who was tailing us.
Flora! What are you doing here?
I'm sorry. It's just... Well, you see, I just didn't want to be all alone again.
Professor?
What lies ahead could be dangerous.
Huh?
That's why you'll have to be extra careful. All right?
Yeah?
Flora obtained. That's the most devastating line in this damn series. Because they know that she has attachment issues. She doesn't want to be left alone. And then they keep leaving her alone every single game. Guess what? They've shown off the trailer for, they've shown off what the story is for the New World of Steam. Flora's not in there. So I think they left her alone again. I hate it. Why do they hate Flora so much? Of course, the dog we saw earlier. Quick, grab him. Yep. No. I'm hoping, so the story that we know of for New World of Steam so far, it's set after the third game. So Flora is so they can't say it came before Curious Village where Flora joined the party. My hopes is that Professor Layton goes to America, which is apparently where it's set. Flora tags along regardless, because I'm gonna be so pissed if they leave Flora out again. They literally made a, 11 years in the future sequel. Herschel's vague, potentially adopted son shows up at the end of the anime, and they never talk about Flora still. It's ridiculous. Flora hides in the cargo bay. Honestly, I want a Flora arc. Just give me a whole chapter of the new game where you just play as Flora and she's just tailing them everywhere, please. I love her. She's the best. Flora gets spotted. No. Yep. Think we were chasing after a dog all along. Ho ho, right you are, Luke. Now let's get him back to his owner. Oh, do you mind if I tag along with you? Of course not. Come along now. Flora is now traveling with you. Your traveling companions are shown at the bottom left of the map. Flora's entire life is her being alone because both of her parents died while she was young. And then she gets adopted by the first parental figure she's ever had. And then he just leaves her to go on adventures again. I hate it. I'll always... The cockatoos hate it too. I will always defend Flora. The Professor, Luke, and Flora decide to return Tom to his owner, Babette. Yay! At least she got to come on a train. That scared me. I was like, who the hell's that up the top? It's Tom. I can't believe Flora stole a dog. Okay, well, we don't need to talk about that. Sorry, this is the wrong room. Sorry, pardon me, wrong room. Is it this room? Yes. Oh, it's a miracle. You're all right. My sweet little Tommy Wommy. I've missed you so. My baby. My boy. Me when I see Artie. Where is he, by the way? Oh, it's not out. Oh, there he is. My baby. My boy. Hi. my baby! There he is! That's you, Artie. Good boy. I'm finishing up soon, buddy. You stay there. Yip, yip. This is Tom. We were under the impression that we were searching for a boy, not a mutt with a fancy haircut. How dare you compare my darling Tommykins to some common street mongrel? Lost dogs are no matter for Scotland Yard. Next time he goes missing, find him yourself. Blimey, some folks haven't an ounce of sense. Come on, Barton, we've got real cases to solve. Yes, sir, Inspector. Barton was here the whole time. I didn't notice. Sorry, Barton. Don't you walk away from me! I want to have a word with you about your atrocious manners. Well, enough of that. Welcome back, sweetie. Where did my little Tommykins run off to today? He's such a darling that I feared someone might have kidnapped him and held him for ransom. Maybe we should keep Flora's involvement in Tom's disappearance to ourselves? Good idea, my boy. Eep. I do believe a reward is in order. Here, I know it's quite, generous, but I insist. I got a new hamster toy. Use this pet house to help your hamster get in shape. I hear we'll be making a stop in a quaint village by the name of Dropstone. How much longer until we get there, Professor? I'm not entirely sure. Why don't we rest until we get there? That should make the time pass faster. Mystery solved! It turns out that Tom isn't a child, as originally thought, but rather Babette's pet dog. It would seem that Babette's affection for Tom is so deep that she considers him to be much more than just a pet. The Professor, Luke, and Flora decide to return to their quarters to rest. Okay, let's return to the quarters. Hey, Flora, where have you been hiding all this time? Well, until I found that little dog, I'd just been relaxing in my room. Really? You've got your own room? Sure I do. It's the middle one in the third carriage. Wow, you do know that's the room right next to ours, don't you? You were just a wall away from us and I never so much as suspected you were there. It would seem that my powers of observation are rather rusty. Eek! Whoa, okay. My word. Why, has the train stopped? What's going on? What's going on? Warn. Samuel, you dolt! What did you do this time? Hey, boss man, just chill out. There's a broken train, just sitting on the track. Until we can move that thing out of our way, we're not going anywhere, man. Then get your rear in gear and move it now. I won't have your laziness tarnishing the Molentary brand. But, trains are heavy, man. How am I supposed to move it? I will not hear excuses, especially not from a layabout conductor like you who barely earns his keep. I don't care how you do it, just get it done. Okay, I'll give it a shot. Just turn it down a notch, Uncle. Uncle? I might be your uncle, but I'm also president of this railway, and I demand you address me as such. Okay, alright, sure, whatever you say, Your Majesty. Okay, I think we can do this little bit of talking and then we'll get to Dropstone and then we'll finish up for the day. Bah, I'm too nice to that indolent, scruffy nephew. Ooh. It's getting hard to talk now. Nephew of mine, all the louse does is complain. Oh wait, hint coins. It's easy to forget how amazing this train is. Hint coins, hint. Hint coins? Yeah, I don't care how amazing the train is, Luke. Hint coin. Hint coin. Okay. What seems to be the problem here? Oh, sorry, Mr. Passenger. See, there's this giganto freight train parked on the tracks and it's blocking our way. Clearing the tracks is gonna take some time, so sit back with something fizzy and wait. I see. Can I lend you a hand? For real? Oh yeah, that'd be way helpful. You think you can find a way to move the train blocking the tracks so we can, like, get moving? Whoa! Step aside now, we're not going anywhere until that train moves off the tracks. I hope there's nothing wrong with the train. We seem to have left London far behind. I didn't even notice. Oopsie, that was an accident. Until we get this train out of the way, the Voluntary Express ain't going nowhere. Train swap. Swap the positions of the two trains along the tracks. Move the carriages one at a time and make sure that the numbers by the side of the track match the numbers on each carriage. Okay, got it. Okay, got it. 1, 2. Wait. Is it just this easy? Oh no. It's not this easy. Hold on. Okay, got it. 4. Shit. 3. 2. 3, 2, 3! We did it!
This should do the trick.
Just like how trains work in real life, I'm pretty sure.
A true gentleman leaves no puzzle unsolved.
That's true. That's right. Now hurry back to the train. It's behind schedule as it is. Hopefully, we should now be able to continue on our journey. Looks like we're good to go. Give me just a sec and we'll be up and running again. Toot toot. We're finally moving again. It shouldn't be too much longer before we arrive in Dropstone. I wonder if we'll find any useful information there. I hope so. I got a round part. Train swap. Whoa. Save your progress. Yes! Okay, I guess this is where we're finishing up. Whoa, hold on. Cutscene. Country village of Dropstone, threatening cow presence. Alright, well I did save. So, I think this is where we will finish up for the day. Dropstone in particular is like really nostalgic for me for some reason. Graves is live. Let's have a look. Is there anyone else?